One of the biggest dating mistakes I see women making is ruling out men because of their height. Now, it's totally cool to date a tall guy, no judgment here. But if you're only dating tall men and you're not being open to men who are not so tall, I'm going to challenge you on that, because this is actually one of the things that can hold us back from real love and a genuine connection. So a few weeks ago, I was reading Blink by Malcolm Gladwell, and he was talking about what he calls the Warren Harding error. So if you haven't read Blink, I'll just give you a very brief synopsis here. What he's talking about is Warren Harding, who's the former president of the United States. And Warren Harding looked like a president. And by that I mean he was very tall, he was extremely good looking, broad shoulders, good posture. He just looked like someone who would be a great president, who would be a great leader, who would be honest, have integrity, be a very good diplomat. Well, in reality, he actually turned out to be one of the worst presidents ever. And so it got me thinking, this is relatable. We make snap judgments all the time when it comes to dating based on how someone looks. We think sometimes that being with someone who is tall is going to equate to having a good relationship. Having a person who is kind, who has integrity, who is loyal. But often that's not the case. It's just a judgment and assumption that we're making. Most women I talk to tell me that they have a preference for men who are tall. Completely understandable. I was there too. There's something that goes on within us, and we can debate about what that reason is. A lot of people would say that it's something evolutionary, where we associate being tall with a sense of protection. This is a strong person. This is someone who can keep me safe, who's going to be able to hunt for my food, for me and my family. So there is something biological going on. I'm pretty sure of that. We can unconsciously associate height with a sense of protection or a sense of safety. So again, if you have this preference, no judgment here from me, I get it. It's completely understandable. But here is where I'm going to challenge you on this. Let's stop and think about what someone being tall is actually getting us right now. Here in 2022. Not BC times, not thousands of years ago, but right now. Do we actually really need a tall guy to protect us, to defend us from attacking villagers or whatever, from attacking tribes? Do we really need someone who is tall and physically strong so they can hunt for the food for us? Probably not, right? Do you now in 2022 need your partner to defend you from an attacking pack of wolves? Again, probably not. So while it's understandable from an evolutionary perspective why we would prefer men who are taller or stronger, we don't necessarily need that today. We might actually be better served with the tech guy who's not as strong, who isn't as tall, but who makes a heck of a lot of money and can support us now in that way in these modern times. You may actually be better protected today in 2022 with a guy who is 5'7", who's an investment banker, has a great portfolio, and who treats you like a queen. You might be. So what I'm really wanting you to do here is to challenge your own preconceptions about height and to start to open up this unconscious thing, this unconscious preference we might have towards tall people. Now, you might say to me, well, Lindsay, I'm just not attracted to shorter guys. Really? Is that totally true? Maybe it is. Maybe it is totally true. Maybe if you go inside and you really sit with it and you see all of your unconscious biases towards people who are shorter, and you've gone through them and you say, know what? I'm really just not attracted to shorter men. Okay, I'll give you that one. But I would still challenge you to sit with some of these unconscious things that might be going on in relation to height. Because a lot of it can also be conditioning. We're very conditioned as women to not be attracted towards shorter guys. All of our movies, the man is always taller, the man is always stronger, same in TV shows. That's kind of the cultural script that we get as women. And so I'm challenging you to just go in there and tease that out, to ask yourself, wait, am I really not attracted to shorter men? Or is that just what I've been told? So again, I'm not drawing any hard conclusions here, but what I'm asking you to do is to challenge your assumptions on height, because it really could be costing you a great relationship. Once you open up your perspective and you're open to guys of all different heights, man, your dating pool just opens way up. And that makes it so much easier to find a partner who is great for you. Like, would you really be better off with a guy who's tall, like let's say he's 6 foot, but he's unavailable, he doesn't treat you well? Or would you be happier with the guy who's maybe like 5'7", 5'8", but who adores you and who would do anything for you? At this point in my life, I know which one I would pick, and I would go for the shorter guy, hands down, any day. But it wasn't always like this for me. I can say now that when I was younger, oh, for sure, I had biases towards preferring men who were taller. And until I really sat with myself and examined this stuff and went, hey, wait a minute, yeah, you know what? I don't need anyone to defend me anymore from that pack of wolves, right? That's not coming at me. That's not coming at me here in 2022. What I really need to stay safe and to survive this crazy world is someone who's going to be there for me, someone who's going to support me emotionally, and someone who's going to be a good teammate for doing life with me. So that's my preference. I'm always going to choose that type of guy over the guy who's just tall and good looking. So yeah, in my past, I always wanted to date the taller guy because that's what felt natural. And I know you guys can probably relate to me on this. That's what felt like was supposed to happen. If someone was shorter than me, I was like, ooh, no, this is not right. This is not right here. But so much of it was my own cultural biases, the stuff that I was getting from society. I didn't see anyone with a man who was shorter. I didn't see it. And so I didn't see it for myself either. But my partner now, he's not that tall. He's just a little bit taller than me. And so I had to get over all of my own stuff in order to be open to him, which truthfully didn't take me that long because he's awesome and super cute. But I really had to be honest with myself about what type of person I wanted. And I realized, like I said, that I valued having a person who was great to me and who we had a great connection and who we had fun with over trying to find that tall guy who may or may not have all of these other qualities that my partner has. I need the type of guy who's going to be there for me when I'm sick, who's going to take care of me, and who's going to be with me through thick and thin. And this is not to say that a taller guy won't do this. If you happen to find a taller guy who does all these things, awesome, amazing. But what I'm suggesting here is to not rule out men who aren't as tall, because they could be the great person for you in your life. So my partner now, he doesn't need to defend me. There's no wolf pack again coming at me that he needs to help me fight off. But what I really need here in what I really need here in 2022 is someone who can help me with the really important things, like saving for retirement together. I know that's not very exciting, that's not very romantic, but that's real. That's real. These are the real threats, we could say, in our society today. And so that's the type of person I'm choosing. I am throwing out height. For me personally, it's not really an issue. I still have to feel attraction towards someone, and so that is important to me, to have some level of attraction, and I have that here in my relationship. So that is what I'm challenging all of you here on today. Try, if you can, to open up your perspectives about height and try to be open to someone who maybe you wouldn't have looked at in the past. So really the message of my video here is that height does not equal happiness. Don't make that Warren Harding error like I talked about in Blink, where you are projecting all of these good qualities onto this tall guy that he may or may not have. Now, if you want to know one of the most important shifts to make when it comes to finding healthy love when you're dating, check out this video here and click here to subscribe. I come out with new videos every single week for breaking the cycle of bad relationships and finding real love. Also, follow me on Instagram at livingfreefindinglove for daily tips and inspiration.